Hey guys, me Derek. Today I actually want to talk about fishing. As you can see, I have, one of my rods in my hand, and I'm sure you're probably asking what's on my hat. That's my GoPro. We'll be actually capturing some fishing experiences with it, especially if we're out on a boat one day, which we'll be getting to. As far as fishing goes, one of the major things is having a rod and reel and making sure it has line on it and all the right stuff, like a fishing hook right at the end here. Make sure it's actually hooked onto one of the eyelets, one here, or have it off to the side so you don't end up bending it. One of the other things is having some weight on it, which is these little steel balls. Some are actually lead too. They actually come in different shapes, sizes, materials, stuff like that. This is my rod that I brought in. Of course, I got another one right here, which is Andrew's. As you can see, it is actually quite a bit bigger. But it's the same basic concept: rod, reel, line. The bigger ones they come in different shapes and sizes. They have really little ones, which I'll get to in a minute. They have the big ones too, just in case you want to go for like the bigger fish, like bass or anything like that. They also have like the industrial size, which is for like pontoons or actual fishing boats.
Deep sea fishing!
Yeah, like deep sea fishing. Kind of like on Wicked Tuna, where they actually get marlin or tuna or anything like that, which can weigh up to 1,000 pounds. In which something like this is actually quite inadequate. It's not big enough. Only because it's wouldn't handle it. Another thing is actually getting to tackle boxes and stuff like that you want to bring with you, which I have right here. I have a few different types of tackle box along with, what are those?
Yeah, they're just boxes.
But yeah, basic fishing boxes. You can pretty much find them just about anywhere. This one right here is a Flambeau Outdoor series. I actually bought this at Walmart for cheap years ago. It's nice because you can it's easy to open. Has knot tying, so that way it shows you how to actually properly tie your hook to your line. It also has a measuring stick, which is on the second level right here, which can help you can actually measure how long your fish is and stuff like that, if you can keep it or throw it back. As you can see, I do have some odds and ends stuff. This would actually be good for fire making if you're on land. Of course, you need a 9-volt battery or something like that.
What about on water? Can you set fire on water, huh?
No, you cannot set water on fire.
Can you set fire on water?
Maybe, depending on how you do it. In here I do have some different size hooks, depending on how big of a fish you're actually going for. As you can see, I do have a weight right here, and I'll show you where to hook it onto, so that way, I'll show you the different types. There are also different types of bobbers you can use. If you're a first-time fisherman and don't really know the science too well, if you have a fish or not, throwing a bobber, it'll actually still help with a little bit of weight and casting it out. I'll show you the technique for how to cast out and stuff like that. Those also help. The bobbers help to let you know if you have a fish, because they'll actually sit on the water, and when you actually see it, bob like down really quick, then go under, that means you have the fish. Um, I'll get in a little more when we actually go out fishing and how to tell when you actually have a fish without a bobber. This one, yeah, you can actually periscope out like that. As you can see, it actually opens up to more compartments for other supplies, different hooks, lures, swivels, stuff like that. This is one of my fishing lures. As you can see, it looks kind of like a fish. It has 3 sets of tri hooks on it. Tri hooks are these things with like 3 little hooks on each one. When normally any other line would only have the single hook on it. This is for more river fishing and stuff like that, because these actually sit in the water and swim or make it look like it's swimming. There are different variations of it. I also have different swivel hooks. As you can see, it's shiny. So, a lot of fish are actually drawn to the shine too, so that way they'll actually go after it and want to bite the hook. I'll show you one of my big hooks. This is for if you're going for like big fish, like giant, like big bass, catfish, anything like that, because sheer size of the hook. I also have a jagged hook. You probably can't really see it, but there are 2 tiny, tiny hooks on the back side of it.
Barbs.
Barbs, yep. And that actually comes up, so that way you can actually get the worm on, and it'll actually slide down here. Hook it on like that, so that way the fish actually see the worm, not the hook. They actually want to come in, bite it, and when they do, that pushes right back. They actually get the hook right in their lip. Just pull it really quick, you got the fish. As far as that goes,
Show them the de-hooker.
De-hooker.
Yeah, I got one in the
Yep, that's
there.
actually coming right up. I'll show you Andrew's supplies.
I got 2 tackle boxes.
Yes, he has 2 tackle boxes. He has in like the different versions of it.
I got that stuff.
And he has this stuff, which I'll actually bring this out. What's nice is it's somewhat see-through, and it still floats. There's also a de-hooker in here.
Just open it up. Get it out. Yeah.
Yep, that's the de-hooker. So that way you can actually get that in, pull the hook out, not have to worry about putting gloves on, which you should anyway, just in case you need to, because you'll be handling the fish. Some of them are spiked because of the fins, and I actually did get caught on one of them, cut my finger a little bit. Not too bad though. As you can see, he does have some other stuff too. He has some bobbers, some bigger weights, swivels, a line, so that way you can actually either put fish onto it or hold something close. A de-hooker, and a few different types of hooks, which luckily they're labeled, so that way you know what kind of fish that you'll be going for or what they're intended for. Other than that, this is part of Andrew's tackle. I'm sure we probably have a little bit more somewhere, but this is just a little bit of a taste on what to use, stuff like that. And as you can see there, we have a smaller one. This one also has a ruler on it just to measure how big the fish is. That way, they have actual specifications on what size fish you can keep, what kind of fish you can keep. So that way you know what kind of standards to be looking for, the right measurements, the right fish, and all that stuff. Excuse me. Um, but other than that, that's pretty much it for what we have right now as far as fishing supplies, hooks, lines, sinkers, bobbers, tackle boxes, measuring, all that stuff. We'll actually be getting into it pretty soon. One of the major things is actually getting a license. Um, there are different types, uh, depending on how long you actually want to be fishing for, and there's different types of fishing too. There's ice fishing, which you can do during the winter. Then there's regular fishing, where that's warmer, it's summer season, where you can actually do that either by boat or offshore. We'll also be getting into that a little bit more too, hence why we're going to be using the GoPro a little bit more, so that way when we actually go out, it's a little more waterproof, and we'll actually show you the experiences. Other than that, that's it for right now. We hope you guys learn a little bit, and we'll see it on the water.